Hey, what's going on, Capricorns? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I've been getting people to comment what color they like. I went green. It's kind of Christmassy. But let me know, and I'll take the consensus and go with that next time. Oh yeah, I finally get to use the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. I only use it around Christmas time, so this is my time to shine. I like to bring out this deck. It's hard to use any other time of the year. I haven't used it in a while, so but I absolutely love it. Love the movie. I watched it with my kids actually just the other day. I have actually a big inflatable Jack outside my house. So with all that being said, let's get it. What is going on for Capricorns? What message do we have for Capricorns? All right, Capricorns. So the first thing I see, I mean, this is not someone new to you. You know, we have the Six of Potions, which is a Six of Cups. Now, this could be someone you're still with, or a past person, but I feel like there's some things left unsaid here. There's some major things left unsaid. You know, I feel like with this person, it almost feels like there's something been holding them back. You know, I feel like you saw something in this person, but you never really got to see it. You know, you felt that it was there, but you never got to see it. You know, and I feel like with this person, I feel like this person has grown, but I feel like it took a tower moment to get there. Unfortunately, I feel like there's a lot of chaotic energy, but I feel like out of that chaos came something beautiful. You know, I feel like this person is finally letting go of what was always holding them back. You know, I feel like this person never really showed up for you the way that you needed them to. I feel like this person may have even taken you for granted a little bit, or taken this connection for granted a little bit. Because I feel like you always saw the potential in this connection, in them, but you never really got to, you know, you felt the connection, you felt the potential, but you never got to see it. I guess that was a better way of putting this. You know, and I feel like it really took this person a lot to get past whatever was holding them back with that Devil card. But I mean, their biggest regret is not showing up, and I feel like it had them feeling almost that feeling of feeling defeated with that ten of needles, the 10 of swords. You know, I just feel like this person, and then we have the 5 of swords. You know, their biggest regret is not letting you know how they truly felt, not being able to express that with you. You know, I feel like this person has been doing a lot of growth. There's a lot of growing going on in this person. And I feel like they're finally at an emotional maturity. They're finally hit that place where you need them to be. I feel like, they're finally getting their shit together. With this person, like I said, they have a lot of regret, and their biggest regret is screwing around with this connection. What I see with this person is I feel like they finally are on the same page, and it took a while to get there, and they know it's going to take a lot of work to convince you of that, but they're going to want to do that, with that Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Presents. They're going to want to make this right. They're going to want to earn your trust back. And I feel like it's a very genuine energy. They're not going to be afraid. They're not going to overthink. They're coming back with no fear. The only fear that they have now is not having you. And they're going to continue to chase. I feel like this person isn't going to give up because this connection is deeper than they even realized. And now they're starting to see it. And they're hoping it's not too late. They never realized how deep this goes because they never allowed it. They never allowed it to happen. They were always the one in the way. There's that internal struggle with the Five of Candles, the Five of Wands. There's always that internal struggle. I feel like there was a part of them that was blaming everything else on everything else but themselves. They weren't taking accountability, but now I see them taking accountability. I feel like they always felt this way about you, but they were always holding back, with that Seven of Swords, that hidden agenda. But they realize they're not walking away from this. They don't want to walk away from that family that you guys could have, or that you do have. They look at you as their family, and they let you down, and they want to make it right. That power couple that you always wanted is right here in front of you. Like I said, you're on the same page. You want the same things. They had a hard time. I feel like it was a mixture of trust issues. It was a mixture of being vulnerable. But none of that is an issue anymore. They're seeing things in a different perspective with that Hangman, and that perspective has changed. And what has changed is they want to move forward. They want to give you everything that you ever expected from them, everything you ever thought you could get from them, and so much more. Like I said, this connection is a lot deeper than they ever expected. And now they hit that emotional maturity. Like I said, it was trust issues. It was not wanting to be vulnerable. It was so many things, and not allowing the connection in, even though it was knocking so loudly at their door, they were still ignoring it. But they're not ignoring it anymore. I see a lot of big changes in this person. And I feel like you're going to see it if you allow them to show you. And I see that new stability. What you always thought you were going to get from this person, you're going to get that now and more. They're done holding back. They're done being in the way of this. Sometimes our pride gets in the way. But I feel like you have a true connection with this person. I feel like this union was meant to happen. I just feel like they need to get on board. And now that they are on board, I feel like, I only see good things happening, with that Wheel of Fortune. Good fortune is coming to you now that you have two people on the same page. It's like if you think of it as a partnership, you're with someone and your partner starts to take it for granted, and you're working your ass off, and they see you working your ass off, and they're thinking, okay, well, they're working their ass off. I want to take a few days of vacation. and sometimes the right partner is the partner you have. They just got to get on the same page. They got to understand what their role is. And I feel like I said, with that Queen of Wands, this person isn't going to give up on you again. This person wants to make you happy. They want to be happy. And the only place they find happiness is with you. And now that they're embracing it, even more happiness is coming for both of you. Finally being on the same page, finally having that partner that shows up every day to work, and not that lazy ass person that just sits on the couch and does nothing. The more work you put in, it's like you have 100 things to do today. And if you're doing all 100, they're just skating. They're not doing nothing. But now it's all about showing up and doing their 50-50. And even more so in the beginning, because I feel like they got to catch up. They got to make up for those sick days. But it's all about family for this person. It's all about you. You are the core in their family. And, like I said, I feel like it really took a tower moment for this person to get their shit together. But I do see you getting everything you want. Everything you desired. Everything that you thought this person was capable of. I don't feel like you were wrong. I feel like you were absolutely right. And almost you were right, but I feel like there's even more. This person has another gear that you weren't aware of, and you're about to see it. Like I said, this is deep. This is a deep connection. And some people don't realize it until it's too late, but I don't feel like it's too late. I feel like it's coming close to that deadline, but I feel like this person's going to show you a whole different side of them. The side that you were expecting from the beginning. And yeah, it's a little late, but it's not never. With this person, we have Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. We have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Cancer and Pisces. And we also have, that Aries as well. I'm feeling like this vibe lately that I don't know if it's retrograde or what's going on, but I feel like, I had the same issue with my past relationship, and I'm starting, we're actually rekindling and figuring it out. I had a hard time showing up. Sometimes you take things for granted. And sometimes you got to get all your shit together in order to fix it and do what's right to be done. But you gotta, sometimes you gotta put your work boots on. You gotta tie them up tight. And you gotta work for what you want. Because shit doesn't come free. Too many people think that comes free. Even real love, a real connection is work. It just doesn't feel like work because you love it. But, if you don't show up for your person and you keep not showing up, eventually they're going to get to the point where they're like, why the hell am I showing up? It's like when you're in school and you had to do a class project and you had to pick another kid to do a project with, and that kid never did nothing. And it gets tiring when you show up to do your report, or you go in front of the class to do your project, and this person's standing next to you taking credit for it when you know they didn't do a damn thing. When you're supposed to have two people working together to make something, it gets frustrating when sometimes you feel like you're the only one doing anything. Feeling like you can't depend on them. But, when it comes to relationships, for anybody out there that having difficulties right now with the relationship, it's about consistency. It's not about showing up when they're pissed off at you. It's not about showing up when they're almost done with you, when they're frustrated with you. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work every day. And, you build that habit where you show up every day. It's like I've been going to the gym for the last 2.5 months. The first 2 weeks, I felt like shit. I didn't want to go, but I kept doing it. And now it's a habit. Now I wake up on my gym day. I go every other day. I wake up with my gym day and I go. I just get up, go. It's habit. And I'm feeling all the benefits of it. Like, most of my shirts don't even fit me anymore. Like, this shirt is so baggy on me now. And I like it. But everything good in life, why would you not work at the one thing that's most important to you? So for anybody that, like I said, anybody having difficulties in a relationship right now, look at what you're doing. Are you doing enough? If you were them, would what you're doing be enough? And if it's not, then you need to reevaluate. And you need to either show up or let them go. You know, if you love them, show the hell up. Show up for work every day. You know, and there's so many different ways, you know. It's a tough world right now. So when you find that person you're meant to be with, don't let them go. Because the world's a lot tougher by yourself. And especially if it's that person you're meant to be with, you're letting them go. You're the only one you can blame. You know, you can't blame someone for not getting anything and just sticking around. It comes a point where it's like, why am I still here? Like I said, I mean, sometimes you get in a rut, and I get that. Ruts happen. But realize that sometimes when you're in a rut, you just gotta work harder. You know what's important. Evaluate in your life what's important. Go after what's important. Let that other shit slide. The shit that isn't important isn't important. Let it go. You know, you're taking too much on your plate sometimes. Sometimes people do that too. They have all these things going on in their life. Take the things that you can't change. Take the things that you don't need in your life. Scrape them off your plate. Then you have a smaller amount to deal with. And take what's important and work on that first. You know, so many people get their priorities so screwed up in life. You know, and it happens. You know, early on in with my ex, well, not my ex anymore, but before we broke up, before this, we rekindled what we had, and things are really going good now, because I stepped up, because I show up every day. You know, you can't have days off with your partner. You know, that's one thing that can never slip. You know, and when we first got together, we had issues because I worked all the time. And having lots of money is great. You know, buying things is great. But the reason it's great is because you have the person to share it with. You know, I would rather be with the love of my life than sit in a vault full of money and be lonely. Because what's the point? I want family. I want my kids. I want my partner. You know, I want them to be happy. I want them to be taken care of. So money is important to an extent. But money to me was more important than anything at one point. And I just got to the point where I just realized, like, all the money I want, I didn't work for the money to have money. I worked for the money to have things. You know, roof over my kids' heads, food in my kids' bellies, buy them nice things. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to your family is you. It's not money. And that's something that I learned. I had to learn that. Now I make good money, but I also have time for my family. Work smarter, not harder. You know, like I said, having a full bank account. One day, God forbid, we're all gonna move on from this plane. And we can't take it with us. You know, yeah, have a good career. Work hard at it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, don't let things suffer in your life that you don't want to suffer. Don't choose things over people. Prioritize what's important to you. You know, if you're going for a good career, I'm not knocking anybody. You want that? Just remember there's a possibility that you're going to end up with just that. But that's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.